Good afternoon and welcome to our virtual service for the third Sunday of Lent. As we gather today in this different format, we gather in keeping with the advice about staying more distant from one another physically, but wanting to find space to gather and to connect so that isolation doesn't set in and that we are still able to sing and pray together. As we gather, we acknowledge that we are on the traditional territories of the Mississauga, the Haudenosaunee, the Anishinaabeg, and the Huron-Wendat people. And at this time, we name the importance of the Indigenous traditions of care for land and community. We name the importance of the work that is being done by land defenders that continues in different ways. And we lift up and continue to support, naming that no one is illegal on stolen land, that we are called as refugee, migrant, settler, and Indigenous people to come together in love and care for one another and creation. We will not be gathering in person for the next little while, and so we will be offering services and reflections through social media and other online platforms. We encourage you to check out our Facebook page and our Instagram, as well as to sign up for our email list so that you can be connected. We will have other opportunities for less directed but more social gatherings online where people can check in and share resources and ideas. We encourage you to reach out to us. We continue to be the church in this time, just in a different way. So you can still contact our church office, although the office will not be staffed, but Sarah and Jane will be available. I encourage you to reach out to me by text, by phone call, and to continue to reach out to one another and stay connected.
Lenten Poem by Sara Are. I'm not the first. That's what I tell myself when I wake up in the wilderness. Big sky, worried heart, wondering which way to start. I have been here before. We have been here before. For as long as there has been creation, there has been wilderness. First it was an endless void until God and God's paintbrush painted the sky gold. And then it was all that lies east of Eden, which is everywhere that our story unfolds. So like a child memorizing their home address, you'd think I learned my way out of this wilderness. But like the Israelites who wandered for 40 plus years, I think I'll spend most of my day today here. For the wilderness is everywhere that I start to grow. Cracks in the sidewalk, daisies take hold, and the wilderness is every single place of unknown, or when shame and fear move into my home, and the wilderness is where dusty feet tread, familiar with the truth that we have days left. So where is God, you ask? God is in the big sky and in my worried heart. God is the sidewalk cracks where new life starts. God is in the realization that I am not the first. So may we take these limited days left and remember that we've been here before. God and I and this untamed world, God and the Israelites and the gathered assembly, God and the horizon and the new day beginning.
Our reading is from Psalm 46, and our refrain is, "Fear not the pain." God is our refuge, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth should change, though the mountains shake in the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, though the mountains tremble with its tumult. Fear not the rain, let its weight fall back into the earth, for heavy are the mountains, heavy are the seas. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy habitation of the Most High. God is in the midst of the city, it shall not be moved. God will help it when the morning dawns. The nations are in an uproar, the kingdoms totter. He utters his voice, the earth melts.
The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Fear not the rain, let its weight fall back into the earth, for heavy are the mountains, heavy are the seas.
Come, behold the works of the Lord. See what desolations God has brought on the earth.
He makes war cease to the end of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire.
Be still and know that I am God. I am exalted among the nations. I am exalted in the earth.
The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Fear not the rain, let its weight fall back into the earth, for heavy are the mountains, heavy are the seas. Fear not the rain, let its weight fall back into the earth, for heavy are the mountains, heavy are the seas.
And now, as you make your way back to the rest of your day, may you go with God's love surrounding you. Go knowing that God's love casts out fear, that we are called to be a people who cast out fear in one another, holding hope for the anxious, holding care for the sick, and naming our love for all, finding new ways to express it, that we connect heart to heart when we cannot connect hand to hand, that each of us is called in our own way to reach out and also to accept the comfort of neighbors and friends, and in all of this to remember the love of God that surrounds each of us this day and always. And so go into your day with peace and love. Amen.